Change. The only constant in life. Our bodies change. Our moods change. Our hormones change. Our emotions change. Our thoughts change. Our situations change. We all change. Change is the nature of nature. Mother Nature embraces change. Mother Nature drives the change. Mother Nature is equipped for change. Change, she says, is your growth. Change, she says, is your evolution. Change, she says, is life living itself. Do not fear change. Just embrace it. My creation has everything you will ever need to adapt to any change. My creation works for you. My plants, my herbs, my fruits, my greens, my trees, my winds, my waters, my seeds, they are all alive to help you, support you, prepare you. They are like a million mothers taking care of you every second of your lives, holding the secrets to your health, harmony, and joy. Secrets that science is discovering now, yet secrets uncovered by our seers thousands of years ago as Ayurveda, the knowledge of nature, the power of nature, the love of nature, the infinity of nature, the soul of nature. Come home to nature. Come home to Ayurveda, where the source of life is a way of life. Bio-Ayurveda, embracing Mother Nature.
Good afternoon. How are we today? I'm here because I am here to get you guys all in the front. So come, let's hold hands and let's go to the front. Come, we're all going to huddle on the first 2 tables there and make it nice and yummy. Come. Come. Come, ladies, come. Come. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You know what a beautiful shift we can create by just shifting our seat? This can happen. Come. Yeah, just to the front. And if you're sitting in the front and you haven't had a chance to move or relocate, stand and swap seats with somebody else that could be a potential friend. And then let's start clapping. Woo! Awesome! Mr. Byron? The back rows are disqualified. They don't exist for the time being. Yes, you know what? We can stand through this session. We can, yeah, well, actually, while we welcome our speakers, let's stand. Are you? For a while. Harbeen standing. Woo! Okay, let's stand. Let's do this. Awesome. Okay, and because you know why? Because we're driving the future through a holistic lifestyle. And that's what we do. And healthy living, right? So I call on stage, if I have in the room, Kageni, Brenda, Njeru, a soul coach. We need a soul coach from Australia. We need Lukasik-Wallace. Marie, welcome. Writer and a poetry therapy facilitator. Am I right? Yes. Thank you, thank you. Surinder, music though. Nisha Patel. Welcome, Nisha. Run on over. Director at the House of Isla, UK. Captain Priti Sidharth Singh. Tabitha Tabitha, welcome. A nutritionist and a fitness coach from Germany. Welcome. Captain, welcome. Captain from SpiceJet Limited. Change to Air India. We keep moving. Welcome. Dr. Monika Singh. Woo! Founder Prakar Manav, the Enlightened Human Foundation. Clapping. Thank you. My pleasure to call on Bijal Doshi. Bijal, welcome. She comes here fighting through adverse conditions over 2 days. A true sister from Bombay. A jewelry designer? Yeah, I know she's a yoga therapist, but she's also a jewelry designer. Welcome, Bijal. Carolyn, Maul. Irene. Lisya, Malki, an investment banker from Israel. Welcome. Woohoo! I love the colors on this stage right now. Shruti Nadar, Shruti Poddar. Do we have you, Shruti? Miriam Ben. Okay, beautiful. So if you see Shruti or Miriam. Disha Palit, do we have you? Looking at you. I am going to get you to tell us and enlighten us with your beautiful story to start this discussion this afternoon. Or we talk about this theme.
My soul sister from Sudan. On behalf of Professor Zakaria, we have Dr. Mazahir from Sudan representing him. Please, ma'am.
Do we know the topic we're talking about this afternoon? We're driving the future through holistic lifestyle and healthy living. And there isn't another way to do it. And which is why we're going to do it this way.
Okay.
Which way?
Which way? Hello. First of all, I just want to say thank you so much. I love India. It's beautiful. Thank you, Harbeen. I'm really excited about healthy living. One of the things that we've been talking about for healthy living is self-care. And us women, we are the caregivers. We give all the time. And then you add a business component on top of it. And then our spirit gets squashed a little bit more. We get stressed. We get wigged out. We are tired and grumpy and grouchy. So we don't have enough time to be creative, to draw, to build, to paint. And it was so cool to see that Harbeen had a book out, because that's kind of my theme and topic is creativity, to nourish and strengthen our spirits so that we can keep giving from our cup. And I was in an earlier session with Andrea, and she was talking about the same thing. Filling this cup allows us to help the other one. So there are things that we can learn from our children and grandchildren, and one of them is they come into a room and they liven it up. They dance, they sing, they paint like this. So I'm going to ask you to be a 5-year-old for just a minute. So I'm going to ask you to stand up. And this is going to get you, so first we do the wigglies. I used to teach 5-year-olds for about 20 years, so that's where this comes from. But if you remember, being a child, their soul is in it, okay? So we're going to do something called the tootie ta. Goes like this. We hold this. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. A tootie ta, a tootie ta, a tootie ta ta. A tootie ta, a tootie ta, a tootie ta ta. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Wrists together. A tootie ta, a tootie ta, a tootie ta ta. A tootie ta, a tootie ta. Thumbs up! Thumbs up! Wrists together! Feet apart. I'm going to speed it up. Knees together. A tootie ta, a tootie ta, a tootie ta ta. A tootie ta, a tootie ta, a tootie ta ta. I'm going to speed it way up. Thumbs up! Wrists together. Feet apart. Knees together. Booms out. Stand up. A tootie ta, a tootie ta. Wasn't that fun to be silly? Thank you so much. Just let's feed our spirits, just taking 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I have a friend who's a builder. I have other friends, of course, because I'm a poetry therapist, who does poetry. But just sometimes we need to fill our spirits so that we can fill spirits of others, right? Now your faces are beaming. I see energy. You can give that away because you've filled up your cup. So one last thing I'll leave you. And what does it mean, I asked, to follow your heart? Oh, wrong poem. I did that one earlier, but I'll read that. As she's singing her own special rendition of I Did It My Way, an angel appeared to her and threw finely chopped colored paper about her head in celebration. So I celebrate you. From you to me, I love you. I love the face of India. I love the changes you're making. I love the warm welcome and the sisterhood, and I'm so, so grateful for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you for getting us to move and be silly a little bit. We all need that. That was, you know how powerful that was? Was it powerful for you? A little bit? Powerful it was. With that, I call on the lovely Nisha Patel.
That's absolutely fine, thank you. I have no idea how I'm going to beat that in any way, so I'm not even going to try. Similarly, I feel really lucky to be stood amongst women who have achieved such great things in life, or strive to, because I think we're all still on that journey. I don't think we're ever quite there yet. Thank you for having me and welcoming me into this circle. This is my first time at the Women's Economic Forum. And it's certainly for me, it's inspired me to go home with more determination and focus, and I hope that it's inspired you to do the same thing. I'm making my career in healthcare. It's what I understand. It's an area I feel really, really passionate about. And frankly, I think it's only just at the age of 36, coming on 37 next week, just beginning to dawn on me that I might actually be pretty good at what I do. I work for the largest employer in Europe. I work for the 5th largest employer in the world. I work in the UK for the National Health Service. Nope, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nurse, I'm not even an accountant. I'm a change agent. I use a plethora of information and keen observations to help deeply proud, passionate, but disenchanted clinicians see how they can achieve greater efficiency, improve patient experience, reduce waste, improve their resilience and sustainability at a time of unrelenting pressure. Then I help them achieve it. The thing that helps me get better at what I do, I believe, year after year, is that I'm not just a bystander in any of this. I'm a mother, I'm a daughter-in-law. I can see people going through the health service on a day-to-day basis. So to me, the organization is a living organism, and it's made up of the very best that society has to offer. Dedicated people who work tirelessly to support you and me when we need them the most. It's a privilege to work for an organization that employs such talent, and honestly, I'm in awe of the dedication and commitment that every single employee shows. Every time I walk past the accident and emergency department and I see a bank of ambulances stacked up outside. But I'm a busy mom. I have the cutest, and you'll just have to take my word for it, the cutest 2 little girls, a 6-year-old and a 2-year-old. And like I said, I'm a wife, a daughter, a sister-in-law, a daughter-in-law. And I have my own startup company too. And you know what it's like. You get into that groove of there's just not enough time to look after yourself. I've started changing that. I'm not quite there yet, but I've begun to get a little bit more exercise, to invest a little bit more time in myself, calling on the help of other people. How many people are really bad at that? You can take on the world's problems. but you never really want to ask for help. Somehow that's seen as some weakness. Really important to me, though, is remembering to laugh and smile throughout my day and to be authentic, be true to who I am. Ultimately, the driving force for me in my life is my two girls, if you hadn't already noticed. I want to be their hero. I want to be the girl in the cape. And I think I'd look pretty good in a cape, too. And I believe that by looking after myself and my needs, in turn, I create two more young adult women who consider their social responsibilities, because by osmosis, they soak up my thinking, similar thinking. And that's what it is. It's my social responsibility to look after myself so that I can help look after the NHS and the clinicians who work tirelessly to look after me. Yes, healthcare is something that we're all really lucky to have free access to in the UK, but it is a really precious commodity and one that needs to be nurtured. Nurtured by taking care of our own well-being. This mindset, I believe, can become a virtuous circle if only it were adopted by the other 1.5 million employees and everyone else who it serves. After all, if each one of us looked after ourselves in the broadest sense of the word, I think we'd be well placed to support an organization I care deeply about. And believe me, I think it could really use the help right now. You know what you need to do in your own individual lives, and if you don't, it seems there's a conference full of people here to help you find your way. So I'm not going to focus on any of that. If my talk wasn't enough, though, I'd like you to think about this. If a cardiologist I know can do a high-intensity interval training session after a busy week in hospital, seeing inpatients, outpatients, undertaking interventional procedures, giving good news, breaking bad news, reading up on the latest research daily to improve the clinical care he gives you, and then being called in a number of times overnight, what is stopping you? That's it. Thanks for having me.
I don't know what's stopping us. What's stopping us? By the end of tomorrow, nothing is. Thank you so much, Nisha, for sharing your experiences with healthcare and NHS so authentically. Thank you. We haven't heard of that perspective in the 5 days so far, so we really appreciate it. Thank you. I call on you, Captain Madam, from Air India Airlines. Yes, wow. Captain Priti Sidharth Singh, over to you.
Good afternoon, everyone, my dear sisters. It's a very beautiful platform where we are speaking about women and the economics, the forum behind. Well, I'm a professional. I fly Boeings. I'm with Air India now, previously with SpiceJet, 10 years in aviation. I'll just share small stories here and there to understand the viability, the importance, and how as we women are important for the society to realize and to make us a complete partner in evolution. Past 1,000 years or so, I'm an Indian, and I've been brought up with stories of Sita, of Draupadi, about social justice, about women, about Shakti. Yes, of course, that's my root, that's my identity. Today, we see a lot of controversies wherein feminism has come up, wherein the importance, the role of women is being questioned, is being sought for. Where these deformation in societies come? Well, we have different civilization all over the world. And speaking about India, what we have undergone, we have forgotten our roots. And now we talk about this. I think when we talk about gender synchronization, about women participation, it's so very important to get back to our roots. There is no Shiva without Shakti. There is Lakshmi with Vishnu. And there is Saraswati, the goddess of education. We speak, we know, but what about the practices? I got married to this family which is in Bundelkhand, which is a very deprived area. My father used to say he'll be shocked, but I was studying United Nations University in Japan. When I came back, I said, Father, these things don't exist. But I saw it for myself. I was there in a school giving the award to the kids, and no mother was there seated in the audience. I recited the same examples there. And when the mothers came, we started the program. Why this segregation? Why this is happening? This sensitization is important. And then, when you speak about women on economics, about participation, there is an active participation, there is I should say passive participation, but it is also very important. The homemakers who are there. India has produced genius minds. And I must say, you ask any of the IITians or IIMs, they would contribute to their mothers. How much dedication, support, counseling. Today we are moving, and the bill has been passed for the mental problems and whatever is happening. It has become a crisis. A mother, a woman, holds her family. We seek about GDP, we are talking about the progress, the capital. Has this really worked? And now that we realize that our crux goes back to family, to society, and to the nation. And without women, the realization, the participation, and the partnership, which has to be solicited, which has to be made essential to the kids, so that further, in any kind of social development, which will lead to economic development, because wellness, happiness, and social integrity is important. Otherwise, these are just the numbers. So I would just want to just give this message, me as a woman flying, to concentrate on this and maybe in your own way, start giving little awareness. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Captain, for those words of wisdom that so powerfully said that without the woman, there isn't a family. So that's really beautiful. Thank you. I'd like to call our beautiful panelists on stage, Ms. Shruti Poddar. She's a vibrational healer and founder of the Shruti Foundation and Nada Vibrionics Healing Ecosystem. So you will get to hear, if you haven't already heard her beautiful healing voice. There is a lot of energy and power there in that healing. Thank you for being here. I call on Tabitha. Welcome.
I usually talk in German, so I hope you'll understand me. I want to ask you a question. What has been the best moment in your life so far? Do you have a picture in mind? Yeah? My best moment was not when I married my husband, though he's the best guy on this world. My best moment was when I crossed the finish line after running 100K. And it may sound crazy to run 100K, it is, but I have never felt so blissfully happy and free than after this crazy race. And I wasn't alone. I had one of my best friends by my side, and she was driving the bicycle with all the food and all the drinks you need. And when we reached the finish line, we both started crying because we were so happy. And we will share this moment for all our lives. And for me, it's not a big deal to do sports. I need it. If I don't have 30 minutes of workout, at least I feel so bad. And my husband can tell I'm not a very nice person. So for me, it is a habit. And it's easy. And habits and patterns rule most of our lives. Like 50% of what we do is because of habits. And that's why it's easy to change the bad ones. One of my friends, she tried to quit smoking. She tried it for, I think, 6 years. She tried patches, she tried e-cigarettes, hypnosis, all of that stuff, but it didn't work until she got pregnant. Then it took her no effort to quit. Another friend, he was workaholic. He was never sleeping more than 3 hours, so 4 hours a night, doing no sports at all, eating junk food all the day. And yeah, he didn't want to change his lifestyle until the doctor said, okay, if you continue living like that, you will die in 2 or 3 years. So we need a big reason to change our habits. Most of the times we only change when, you know, the water is up to our neck, then we are able. So you don't have to run 100K. Even if you only have 15 minutes a day for a small workout or 30 minutes to go for a walk, it will make a difference for your health and happiness. And like I would have never finished this race without my friend, I think we all need support. And we need people who are with us, who share our goals. And I really wish you all very good friends, a happy heart, a healthy body, and a silent soul. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We don't have to get healthy when we're sick. We get healthy when we're healthy, right? I don't see any paradox in that. I call on Dr. Monika Singh. Welcome, Dr. Monika, the founder of the Prakhar Manav, the Enlightened Human Foundation.
Hi, and good evening all. Ladies League. First of all, my heartiest congratulations, Dr. Harveen Arora, for, and of course, Mr. Vinay, for putting up this show, I would say. It's exemplary to bring in women and men from across the globe. And you know what? I've been telling her, and I want to tell her 100 times more, that the vibration of this place, of course, we have great healers, they would comment better than me. The vibrations and positivity that this place holds, you are just glued. Am I right? Yes. Yes. You know, this is not just an invitation, and this is not just a platform. It seems so sacred. And I want to tell my experience before I start is that I've made some beautiful friends out here. My friend from Finland, yay. And then my love country, Slovenia. I mean, you name it and it's there. Thank you so much, Dr. Harveen, for bringing us all together. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, now we have the topic today. It's called holistic healing to a healthy life. First of all, let me tell a little bit about myself. My name is Dr. Monika Singh, and I'm a practicing obstetrician and gynecologist, and that's periods, full stop. So I do all the stuff that usual doctors do, surgeons and everything, do surgeries, perform everything, done, and that is my job. I have been trained for in college, and I'm proud of it, my education. But this is not where the story has started from or ended. This is just one part of it. What I want to like to say is, from this stage, and I speak my heart out today, that I'm sorry, being an allopath, we do not cure diseases. You know, we are more into fixing our diseases and physical bodies. The holistic treatment is not just the physical bodies. How many of you would agree that there is more to just the physical beingness that we are? Would you agree to me that we are not just our physical bodies? Physical body is just a result. We have this mental body, the emotional body, the spiritual body, and the entire thing makes us complete and whole. We as allopaths, as doctors, as surgeons, we are dealing only with our physical bodies, but the roots lie in the mental, emotional bodies, which are not often but always ignored by us. So we can't cure diseases. We deal with symptoms and we postpone the diagnosis, we postpone the diseases. And I hope that we are able to, there's some system in which the allopathy comes united and stands together with other healing modalities. Okay, now I'm a contemporary doctor, but I also call myself an awakening facilitator at womb. So what we do is that we try to, yes, thank you for the bell. I'm very vocal, sorry. So my agenda is to awaken, to reach out to the women, to ask them to raise their vibrations, to become aware of their mental, emotional health before conception, bring in the baby with a lot of awareness, nurture the child inside with a lot of awareness, because that is how the child is going to deal and live his future life here. So it is not just conception and pregnancy and delivery, it is conscious conception, conscious pregnancy, conscious birthing, and conscious parenting. And I've written a book about it called Awakening in Womb, which we are about to launch in May. And thank you so much for being such a wonderful audience. Dr. Herveen, thank you so much for inviting me over here. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your wonderful words and for sharing with us.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. With that, I'd like to call on Dr. Mazahir Osman, an entrepreneur from Sudan, to deliver a message from her husband.
Sure.
We're negotiating, I'm sorry. She says 10. I said 5. She says 7. Because every speaker gets 3 minutes. Yeah, we can hear the message offline. Yeah, from the doctor in between the sessions. We can do that. Appreciate it, your understanding. Thank you so much. 5 minutes, 3 minutes.
It's very difficult for me. Let me just... First, hello everybody. I'm here on behalf of my husband, Professor Zakaria Bashir Imam. He's an author of over 40 books. You can go to Google and search for that in English, in Arabic, and his books were translated in Russian. He's an educator, and he's a professor of philosophy in Sudanese and Gulf universities. I think I'm going to just skip everything, and please forgive me if I start at this juncture of the 21st century. What is the way out? What are the means and mechanisms under our disposal to help the world move forward? Policies and plans of dialogue and cooperations in view of conflicts and confrontations. Offhand, it would seem that the only way out in the present impasse is to address the matter to the United Nations and its cultural arm, the UNESCO. This is what the former president of Iran, Professor Mohammad Khatami, had done in 2001 when he addressed the General Assembly of United Nations calling for dialogue instead of wars and confrontation. My husband doesn't believe in the clash of civilization as noted by Dr. Samuel Huntington. He believed in the dialogue of civilization. So the response of the members of the Assembly of the United Nations to Professor Mohammad Khatami was overwhelming. Not only did they demonstrate that their agreement with his call of dialogue instead of conflicts and clashes among civilizations, but they passed a resolution that the year 2001 be declared as a year of dialogue the world over. They called upon member states to disseminate the concept of a world without wars and conflicts, a world of peaceful coexistence among states and peoples. So the advocates of peaceful coexistence must call upon the United Nations and its General Secretary to adopt a resolution naming the year 2018 as a year of peaceful coexistence between all states, big or small. 2, to issue a declaration that the year 2017 or 2018 as the year adopted by the United Nations to be the year of peaceful coexistence, and strongly urge all member states to honor it and stop current wars and conflicts, and declare the resolve not to initiate any new wars or conflicts in the future. The Secretary General of United Nations should direct its cultural arm, the UNESCO, to call for a world conference with the theme, quote, how to promulgate the culture of peaceful coexistence, and invite all of the world universities and cultural organizations to attend the conference, and to be prepared to deliver plans and programs on how best to go about creating a world void of conflicts and wars, and in which every state will live in peace and security. 4, the UNESCO must invite world universities and associations of universities to attend the above-mentioned conference and to adopt on their own right plans and academic programs, and to be adopted and implemented within their teaching syllabi, with the aim of making the student populations within these universities aware of the utter importance of peaceful coexistence among the nations of the world, and impress upon the students as well as the university teachers and professors of the utter necessity and the need to strive to achieve and create a world of no wars or conflicts. The executive body of this August conference, we hope, must address individual universities directly, urging them to design new courses addressing questions of telecommunication and the need to acquire knowledge about other foreign countries, as well as other cultures and civilizations, and learn how to appreciate this culture other than their own. And there is a need for exchange program. It is vital for our concept of advocating peaceful coexistence between peoples and civilization of the world that individual universities must create and design programs of exchange of academics, students, administrators, and academic programs as well. These universities must be urged to design specific courses having to do with peaceful coexistence. The executive committee of this August conference must ask the UNESCO, quote, to support technically and financially courses relating to peaceful coexistence, and urge individual universities to add these courses to their standard academic programs. These suggested courses adopted by the UNESCO and sponsored by it must include courses as follows. A, courses on the subject of human rights and the necessity of upkeeping and implementing them. Two, they must include courses on peace culture and the advantage of peaceful coexistence between people and university.
Thank you.
Before I leave, I said before in my last session, I'm a global woman, and I said I had the honor of establishing as a co-founder with my mother here and my icon, Professor Suad Al-Fatih, is the founder of the International Muslim Women Union, and I'm our co-founder. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for sharing your powerful voice and your husband's powerful message and experiences. 40 authored books. Wow. That could be many lifetimes for some. I call on Bijal Doshi. Let's give her a warm round of applause. A jewelry designer and a yoga instructor, of course.
Thank you, Mansi. Hi, all at WEF. I thank Dr. Harbeen Arora incessantly and from the bottom of all our hearts for bringing this, all of us together. Each one of us here is literally a live model for her love all, serve all purpose. Thank you, Harbeen. Driving the future through holistic lifestyle and healthy living. First of all, let us define what health is. The World Health Organization defines health as a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. So we first have to check whether we are just physically okay or otherwise. When we were born, we were so flexible that we could put our toes in our mouth. The problem stresses of daily life got not only the body unbending, but also the mind. The Bhagavad Gita says that the human mind is like an intoxicated monkey bitten by a scorpion. So when the World Health Organization is defining health as not only physical, but also mental and social, there is a reason for it to do that. We saw 2 days back how Ramdev Baba stressed upon yoga. And yoga is not only that physical being. To drive the future, we have to first dwell into what Patanjali ji said in the past. 2600 years back, he said in his sutras, Atha Yoga Anushasanam, let us once again bring about the discipline of yoga. Yogascha Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Yoga is that which brings about a stability, a cessation in the oscillations of the mind field. Tada drashtahu swarupe avasthanam. Then and only then we as seers and seekers, the drashtas, come to swarup avastha, that state where we come back to our pure divinity. And if that doesn't happen, he goes ahead to say, no problem, Ishwar Pranidhan, just surrender. And how does this happen? Simple. What have we done here in these 5 to 6 days? Each one of us has just put a mirror in front of us. Each one of us has just told the other, hey pal, come join the gang. We are the same. Just be aware. Just be conscious. And that's what was said. Futuristic or past. If he said that 2600 years back, it's going to continue 2600 years later. Because all they say is pratikshan sajak, pratikshan tatast. Every moment be aware, every moment be equanimous. When I heard about Nisha, what she does, what Monisha does, each one of us, my God, women have much longer resumes when they are introduced than men do. Aren't we powerful? Aren't we amazing? We are. And how does that happen? It's just when we are aware. Watch, watch, watch. The breath goes completely into yo-yoing. Only yo-yo. And watch the breath. Awareness brings about change. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bijal. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha, a mind without fluctuations. Our aim, our goal, and that's what Bhanudi was saying yesterday, right? Meditation is a mind without anxiety, without agitation. Yeah, so that really stuck with us. So thank you so much for sharing that uniquely Vedantic perspective today with us. And with that, I'd like to call on Lisya, Saylag, Malki, an investment banker from Israel. Israel.
Would you like to have no, here it's okay. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I'm really honored to share this stage with all of you. And thank you, Dr. Harbin, for this beautiful event. I fall in love with this conference. Of course, you ask yourself, I'm an investment manager, so what's the connection to this spiritual life? I think I have the most materialist proficiency around all these great people I got to know in the last days. I worked with many people who seeked power and control through making money. These people made the money their life goal and finally got addicted to it. Through my career, I saw them falling down, getting ill and unhappy, until they understood what their money really means to them. There are two opposite poles in the traditional perspectives towards money. Either we make the money as sin, or we worship it. Many spiritual masters will tell you that earth wealth is a source of desire and will lead to a detrimental spiritual growth. And a success-addicted businessman will never realize the importance of spiritual growth, and so that his real life purpose. In any case, money plays an important role. We live in a goal-oriented society. You have to be special, a winner. Money is an energy like everything in our lives. It opens doors, helps you to care for your health and others. It gives you the chance to create the right environment to show your unique talent. Helps you to make connections like we managed to come here and have this great experience. However, earth wealth shouldn't be our primary goal. Then you don't see anything but the money itself. You see yourself losing money, making money, but not your pure self. It is like to miss the beautiful path while climbing on a mountain and to open your eyes only when you arrive to the top. The top is not the goal. The journey to the top is the process of the goal. We can find a balance, a path where we use money to express ourselves and our vision without making it life purpose. How many times have you heard money doesn't grow on the trees, or the money is the root of all evil? It is not that money evil, rather the accumulation of it. It is not a shame to like to have money. As in the law of attraction, what you like, you will attract to yourself, and what you dislike will stay far away from you. Given that the universe and the source that created it are infinitely abundant, it is entirely correct that you expect to be similarly abundant in your life. You have a right to wholesome expansion and wealth. I hope that one day all of us truly tune ourselves to the ultimate source of abundance, become whole and wise, and become rich internally and externally. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lisya, for those words of wisdom. And that's what, this reminds me of what my friend Samir says, that some people are so poor that all they have is money. So it was like, this is really what you're trying to say. And you know, we need, when we have more investment bankers who speak as consciously and authentically as you, I think we'll be going to a better world. Thank you. To more of you. I call on Shruti Nadar. Shruti Nada Poddar. I correct myself. Will you enchant us with your beautiful voice? Oh, thank you.
This one? Yes. Namaste. I'm going to just start with a little melody, if you don't mind. So while I was sitting here, I tend not to plan what I'm going to say. So while I was sitting here, I just remembered a few lines of a song we've been hearing since childhood. So I'm going to sing 2 lines of that song. ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम ऐसे हो हमारे करम नेकी पर चले और बधी से टले ताकि हंसते हुए निकले दम ऐ मालिक तेरे बंदे हम. So this means, it means, O Creator, we are your creations. May our actions be such that we walk on the good path. We avoid barriers, duality, and things that bind us. so that when we take our last breath, we go smiling and laughing. So I just remembered that when we talk about holistic living, there are so many parts to it. You know, I made a film once on the psychology and spirituality of the Indian warrior, and I shot in Ladakh with a team of 6. And there were 2 aspects that I discovered. One is the psychology of human beings, and one is that which one can't explain, the inner experience, which goes beyond psychology. So when we talk about wellness, when we talk about holistic living, these 2 play a very big role, and they have indeed in my life. One is symbols that we adopt for ourselves. That symbol can be a cause, it can be a symbol that you draw on the wall, it can be a symbol that you wear on your chest, it can be a form of the divine, it can be a child, it can be anything, but that becomes your core and that becomes your reason to live a good life. That is the thing you surrender to, and that is what leads you to purity and a sense of wellness at every moment. So that is directly connected to human psychology and faith. And I think we undermine the value of faith because we have seen that even cancer today can be cured by faith. Yeah? We know that if you treat a sugar pill as a medicine, you can cure yourself. There is scientific research to show us that. There is another level which are actually scientific tools for wellness, and we have a lot of indigenous sciences that we have at our disposal that we use, and I will just demonstrate for half a minute something that has been used again and again for going into a state of trance and healing from within, and that is the 3-tone chant in our culture. So I'm just going to chant that for you, and then I will run away, okay? It means, it says, it's in Sanskrit, Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachyate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Wholeness is that, wholeness is this. From wholeness, wholeness emerges. If out of wholeness we take out wholeness, wholeness indeed remains. And this has many, many analogies. Right from mathematics to the birth of a child to the relationship between the divine and the human. And the way it's chanted is Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shantir Shantir Shantihi. So this is, we'll elaborate it later, but this is different from normal melody. There is a science to it. When you restrict the sound between 3 tones, there is a frequency pulse or a frequency beat created in your brain which slows down and takes you from beta state to alpha to theta, and that is where all transformation happens. So look forward to interacting with all of you later.
Wow. I think that was truly experiential. I think we all felt a little shift of energies within ourselves, within this room. Did you feel it? A little shift? Such a powerful shift just happened. Thank you for taking us on that little journey. And all it takes is 20 seconds. Thank you so much. And with that, ladies, we'd like to honor you with a little token of our affection and love. And I call on Dr. Harbeen Arora to start with the awards ceremony. Thank you. May we all rise and shine. Let's do it. You know how we do this. Thank you. Let's stand. Let's hear it. Let's be silly. Let's be silly, please. Let's be silly for Mari Lukasik-Wallace. Congratulations. You are an iconic woman, creating a better world for all. Thank you so much, Mari, for being amongst us. If you're not standing, you better have a good excuse. Nisha Patel, congratulations. You are an iconic woman. Thank you. Calling on Captain Priti Sidharth Singh. Thank you for being a powerhouse and flying so high. Thank you. Our next awardee is Tabitha Bühne. Tabitha Bühne, a nutritionist and fitness coach from Germany. Congratulations, Tabitha. Dr. Monika Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Dr. Monika Singh.
Doshi.
Bijal Joshi, congratulations. You are a soul sister and an iconic woman, creating a better world for all of us. Calling on Lisya Malki from Israel. Congratulations, beautiful. You have inspired us today. You've been inspiring many through your journey. Our last awardee for today, for this afternoon, is Shruti Poddar. Please step up and accept the honor. Lovely ladies, may I ask you to step up and take a group photograph so we may have this beautiful moment forevermore. Now, please come. Yes. Please, ladies, join us for a group photograph. Come closer in together. Thank you so much and congratulations, lovely ladies. That was a really beautiful conversation. Thank you.
just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we've just begun to get our share of this world's delight.
Looks like a dancing party all of a sudden. Welcome everybody. We are going to be going into our next session, 4:45, Driving the Future Through Media and Entertainment. Before that, I have a lovely guest who would like to say a few words for us. She is the professor, her name is Professor Saud Al-Fateh Al-Bawadi. She is a member of Pan-Africa Parliament and member of Sudan Parliament, and was an advisor to the President of Sudan for Women and Child. A big round of applause. I will be giving her the mic right on the bottom there. She has a very special announcement to make. Yeah. Testing, testing.
Hello again. How are you, everybody?
May I just get everybody's attention just to the stage for just a few minutes, please?
It is 1 minute because I am very, very happy to announce to you that our friend, a member of this conference from the Sudan, Brigadier Afaf Ahmed Hassan. Afaf, قوم على حالك. Where is Afaf? Brigadier Afaf Ahmed Hassan of the police of the Sudan has very good news from the Sudan today. Her husband, Idris Suleiman, was appointed the Minister of Cooperation, International Cooperation. I am announcing this to you because we want to make good use of his office to our conference. That's why I am announcing this. Remember this name, and you can contact him at any time because he is a very, very, very sweet man. Hafaf. Thank you very much. This is 1 minute. This is 1 minute. 1 minute? Thank you. Thank you, great lady. I have seen so many great ladies in my life. Queens, ministers, everybody in the whole world. Believe me, in all the continents, Arabs, Khalijis, English, everybody. But like this young woman, this young lady, I thought when I saw her, she said, she is responsible of everything here. I said, are you serious? But when she talked to me, I believed that we women are in good hands. Again, ladies, I want, because she's so young and so beautiful and so everything, and so educated, everything. So I want you to greet her again and to salute her again. Up, 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 and salute her. I love you. I love you. That's why I said it. Bless you. Bless you. Bless you. Can't pray for you. Just 1 minute. Just 1 minute.
Where do you get to see beautiful moments like that? Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Harbeen Arora. Thank you very much. I will now take the liberty to announce our first speaker to come up on stage. We have Mr. Sudhir Mishra. He's the Advocate Supreme Court of India and founder and managing partner of Trust Legal Associates and Consultants. I want to hear a big round of applause for him. He's a very, very special man. Thank you very much for being with us today. We'll have you speak in a few minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes. You want to speak now? No, just give me 2 minutes. Let me invite 2 more people. Thank you. With that, I will take this opportunity to invite the rest of the speakers to come onto stage. We have Dr. Marissa Pei. Is she here? She is here. She's an inspirational speaker, TV commentator. She's also known as the Asian Oprah. I love that outfit. And she carries her own mic. How cool is that? Welcome, Ms. Pei. Next, I have Dr. Rafadia El Habash, the president of El Andusul Institute of Islamic Students from Syria. Welcome, ma'am. Next, I would like to invite Carrie Scott, Development Director, Rising Star Outreach. Dr. Pauline Long, entrepreneur and philanthropist from the UK. Cyrielle, Hariel, a TV blogger and being positive journalist. Pauline is here. No. Next, I will invite Sangeeta Waldron. She's the founder of Serendipity PR and Media, contributing editor JustMe.com. Is she here? Oh, I see her. Wonderful. Come on up. Next, I would like to invite Tanya Fitzpatrick, CEO of World Footprint Media from the USA. Welcome. Next, I have Napur Sharma, youngest leader and spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party from India. Is she here? Please have a seat, ladies. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being with us. With that, And our last speaker for the evening, Dr. Marcus Speaker. He is the South Asian head for ART Television, Germany. A big round of applause for Mr. Speaker. With that, I will have Mr. Sidharth Mishra join the platform floor for us right now and give us some inspirational thoughts on what you think about media technology and your personal thoughts on other topics. So he's the Advocate Supreme Court of India and founder of Managing Partner of Trust Legal Advocates and Consultants. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon. This is a very rare opportunity for a lawyer who is coming to such an eminent forum. My topic, which I had in my mind, was a little different. It had to do something to do with climate change and women. This is what I was thinking. But I will change a little bit my topic depending upon the session which is now here, that role of media. I'll not go to the entertainment part. I'll leave it for my other panelists. Role of media and how role of media has changed the way gender justice has been taken care of in my country, in India, and how role of media is so prominent. In last 20 years of my career, how I have seen it facilitating grassroots changes for climate change, especially empowering women, telling them that how they will take the entire responsibility of making the information all over the place. So I will say something that for representing almost all the major news channels today in the courts, which are important in India, I have seen that invariably, whether we talk about rural areas where women are dependent on traditional system of cooking, when they have to be dependent upon trees and other kind of thing, when they are not still able to get the conventional thing which is available in the urban areas, how they are managing to change that entire thing. When we have an air pollution issue in Delhi, when we tell the farmers that you don't have to burn your agriculture waste in the field, we have tried in last 2 years or 3 years telling it to the village panchayats, which is the local village bodies in India. And invariably, finally, we realize that it's the women which have taken the lead when they go to the field to give food to their menfolk, the peasants who work in the agriculture field. They have tried to convince them that why you should not be burning the agriculture waste or the stub which you call, because that causes air pollution. So for me, when we started writing about it in the media, when we started highlighting the role of such things which is poisoning our urban landscape, which is changing the air quality in the urban cities, ultimately, when you fail in every direction, you go to the women of the house and you tell the mother, the sister, and the teachers, and it's a coincidence that two of the most admired people who are working on climate change in India, Sunita Narayan and Belinda Wright, both are women. And there are kind of steps which they have taken, the kind of initiatives they have taken, the kind of shows they have done, kind of photography they have done, and the way they have highlighted the role of women in actually changing this perception that the climate change is not a global thing, it's a local thing. You cannot blame for the melting of the glaciers, melting of the icelands. You cannot blame for everything that it's happening in Europe, it's happening in China. It's something which is local. And the moment you admit that the climate change is a local thing, you have to go to your village, you have to go to your family, you have to go to your minutest primary unit. And who comes in picture? Naturally, a woman. So that's what I see, a direct connection between that. When we were removing some communities which were dependent on Corbett National Park or a tiger reserve, which is in South India, which is called Mandipur Tiger Reserve, it was the rural women who finally understood that if they want to save the tigers, they have to convince their menfolk to come out of the national park, stop collecting all kind of things which they were collecting from the forest, get dependent on urban livelihood, stop thinking that every resource of the forest is only for their consumption. And we had a major role to play. I'm saying something which might look a little abstract to you, that how everything is related with climate change, how every responsibility will be taken by women, what we will do. But I am telling you, in India, in rural areas, in most of the states, some people will agree, the women makes a more powerful statement. They take a bigger load, they take a bigger responsibility. We need to strengthen their hand. But at the same time, media has highlighted, they need to highlight even more that what amazing role rural women have been playing in surviving the climate change reverse. That's what I want to say. The second, the last part of my comment would be that India is at the threshold of a gender revolution. My Supreme Court has started debating the gender justice about triple talaq for last 2-3 days. That will define the history, that will define the role of women, that will define the parity of justice, that will define how everybody will be treated with equality. And by the time you all will go home, this conference will be over. Another 1 week or 10 days, there'll be a fundamental shift the way we look at women in India. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that powerful statement. I totally agree with you. You know, when women take something in their hand, they go full out. They will not stop. So thank you for being part of our panel. It's a pleasure to have you here. I will now invite one of my favorite speakers. Her name is Dr. Marissa Pei. She's an inspirational speaker, and she's also our Asian Oprah. I love when she says that. I know she's told me about her podcast, but I'm forgetting the number because I know it was a really high number, some 10 million, 2 million. Her podcast was nominated to be the first podcast, won the first podcast with competed with 2 million other podcasts. So she's an inspirational speaker all the way from USA. I'll welcome her on stage. Is that working? No. Yes, right here. Super. Make sure we take a picture of that. Yes.
Good afternoon. Let's try that and pretend you just had coffee. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am Dr. Marissa. They do call me the Asian Oprah. I've actually been introduced to Oprah as the Asian Oprah. And she smiled and looked at my pants and said, "Nice pants." So she didn't send a lawyer, so we're good. But I am so blessed to be here. First of all, thank you, Dr. Harbin, wherever you are, for the work that you're doing in bringing us all together. It's been a beautiful time sharing space here, sharing breath. The first thing I'd like you to do is take your right hand. Actually, I'm going to teach you an acknowledgement in Chinese. This is the fighting hand. So raise your fighting hand, normally in Tai Chi, and you're going to close your fighting hand to show you come in peace. And then you're going to hold the peace, bring it down by heart chakra, and say, "Xie xie, xie xie." That's my Chinese version of namaste. The divine in me recognizes the divine in you. My show is about hope and happiness. So there's no gossip, no scandal, and no K-words. No Kardashian talk at all. Instead, I want you to focus on your own reality show and how you can be happy 88% of the time. I am out of the Sunset Gower Studios in Hollywood, California. I have, she was mentioning, I won the 2016 Podcast of the Year Award in Top 10 in Health out of 440,000 shows and 100 million downloads. And the reason why this show is so popular is because it balances out all of the CNN, all of the constantly negative news on the air. And I believe that it is our role in media now to balance out all of the bad news with the good news. And thank you. I've had guests like Marianne Williamson, to Marianne from Gilligan's Island, to Don Miguel Ruiz, global thought leaders, as well as Leave It to Beaver, Jerry Mathers. So you can find me, just Google Dr. Marissa, or you can go to YouTube for past shows. I have cameras in my studio, so please do, if you like it, go to my Facebook, Dr. Marissa, and give me the finger. I mean, give me a thumbs up. That would be awesome. But I did want to just share one word about peace in and peace out, which is what I end every show with, is peace in and peace out. I don't believe we can get to peace on the world and in the planet if we do not have peace inside. That's why I do peace in and then peace out. And peace in, as my daughter would say, you cannot get to peace with war. So we cannot fight ourselves. So I would like you to look at me in the eye as I do this around the world with children. You are loving, lovable, and loved. You're wrapped in a warm blanket of worthiness. And I'll end with my biggest balance tool that I put to music. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change and the courage to change the things that I can and the wisdom to know the difference. Today may I do thy loving will always. Amen. 谢谢。
You want to take over now? Thank you. See why I say she's one of the best speakers. So inspirational. She moves you. Like she says, peace in, she actually moves you from within. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you for practicing Tai Chi in the morning. I don't know if anybody knows, but she's a Tai Chi expert. 7:30 in the morning. She's at the gym by the pool training people. So thank you for being so inspirational. Next I will have, is Dr. Rifaja Al-Habash here? Thank you very much. She's the president of Al-Andol's Institute for Islamic Studies. Thank you. Welcome. You've given your slides to them?
Yes, I
do. You have, okay, wonderful.
Peace be upon all of you. I'm Dr. Rufaida Al-Habash from Syria. I'm a media consultant in Iqra channel. My mission is to nourish the souls and to reform the ethics and behavior. I would like to share you my experience. In 1992, I opened the first institute in, please go, don't wait me, go. Yes, please. Who man? Yes. I opened the first institute in our city, Hama, in Syria. The conservative families don't allow daughter to go to take knowledge. It was big challenge for me how to converse these families to allow to their daughter to go to take education or knowledge. With help, my God, and patience and challenge, I have been able to open 20 institutes at night. In Syria, I think you know the situation now in Syria. There is no entertainment. I try to spread my message in all the world. This institute, and when I teach the Quran or all science of Islamic, and I spread my mission on all of world. In America, in Australia. Go please. Go ahead. Yes, this is our institute. which every year came to this institute 2,000 girls. Every year, 2,000 girls to take knowledge. This is big challenge for us in this city in Syria. Of course, in Damascus, in Aleppo, in another city, there is open-minded. But in this city, especially, there is convertivists from families. So I wish for women, he can change everything. She can bring now the smile for homeless children in Syria or in another world, women in Syria and Iraq and another country suffering now. I believe that women with faith and challenge can do something for suffering, for sister suffering. With you, with Dr. Harbin, with Dr. Suad, with Dr. Sharon, we can bring happiness and we can bring smiles for the face of children, and we can change and give the peace for the world. Cannot we? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Doctor. Now, if it wasn't for this convention, how else would we find out that she's doing such amazing work? Thank you. Thank you for sheltering these women. Thank you for giving them a roof. Thank you for giving them the education. Thank you for being so powerful. Next, I would like to invite one of our speakers that's just joined us, Ms. Tabitha Raj Herimath. She's a producer with Tandav Films. She's told me some of the names, so I will wait till she comes on stage and tell you all about her production. A big round of applause for Tabitha. With that, I would like to invite our next speaker on stage, Carrie Scott, Development Director, Rising Star Outreach from the USA. A big round of applause for Carrie. Looking beautiful. There is, yes, definitely.
I calmed down because I thought you were going next. My heart kind of slowed down a little bit. So, but I'm happy to be here with you today, and I'm so happy that Dr. Marissa set the stage with some energy and that we've heard such wisdom from our speakers. And I want to know, I mean, we're in a panel here about entertainment and media. Who wants to have some fun here? Can we be a little flexible? Yes, is that okay? Because this is about entertainment. So I'm a singer in the United States. Rising Star, I'm here with them for my business aspects, but I sing with a band called the Soulistics. And so I sing all over, and I love to sing the blues. And for any of you who know the American blues, it's a very structured form, 12 bars, 3 repeating chords. You can have some variations. But if I were to go up onto a stage in Utah or wherever in the world, and I were to say, hey, can we do a 12-bar blues? Give me a shuffle in E, right? All of the musicians would know exactly what that meant. They speak the same language, and so they would say, okay, the bass player, the drummer, they would all know. I would have to count them in, give them the tempo, and then we would perform. I would maybe cue some solos, and then maybe the finish. But today we're going to create maybe a little bit of blues here. No music, just us. So I'd like to start by singing a little bit, and then I'd like you guys, if you're willing to join in, to sing a little bit with me. Is that okay? So thank you for setting the stage and giving permission for this. But maybe we can start with some snaps. So like kind of like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah? Everybody? You got me running. You got me hiding. You got me run, hide, run any way you want me. Let it roll. Yeah, 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 yeah. Keep the snaps going, please. Yeah. You got me doing what you want me. So, baby, what you want me to do. Here's where you guys come in. You can listen first. Keep it snapping. I said, yeah, 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 yeah. You guys want to try? Here we go. I said, yeah, 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 yeah. You can sing louder, please. I can't hear you. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, one more time now, please. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's do it real quiet now. Ready? I said, yeah, 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 yeah. One more time, just how you are. I said, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause. So nice. Thank you for choosing to join on me. So let's break this down. I want to do a little bit of critical reflection with you, if that's okay. It seems like a really intuitive thing what we just did, the exchange that we just had. But actually, there are many skills that go into that interaction, right? You had to be a little bit vulnerable. Yes. You had to choose to be supportive of a leader. But you also had to be a leader in your own right. You had to step up. And you had to say, yes, I'm going to do this. You had to collaborate, right? You had to add your voice to a greater whole. And if you were the musician on the stage, you would be the one calling the shots. You'd be creative within some boundaries. Maybe you would give some space to a musician to do their soloing. And I want to propose that the very things that you just practiced, participating in the arts, are the very things that we need to drive the future. All of the problems that we're seeing, right? Creating jobs, overcoming discrimination, everything that you can think of, we need that kind of innovation, leadership, collaboration, all of the things that you can develop in the arts. We don't need people who are just consuming and regurgitating. We need innovators. We need people who can change lives. And I work with a nonprofit called Promethean Spark International. We do life coaching through the arts. And we teach people how to drive their own future through the skills that they developed in dance and in music and in other ways. And then they go out and they change mindsets. We help youth who are rescued from sex traffic. We help youth in leprosy colonies. We help people who are recovering from drug addictions in rehab centers, all kinds of people in prison and things like that. And the arts is the vehicle that we use. So I want to say that these skills that we are developing not only help us be better people, better citizens, but also help change mindsets when they see what we create with our lives, not just as a consumer, but as a creator. And I would encourage you, if you don't feel like you have that creative spark, maybe look a little bit harder. I think you do. And please support those who are creating powerful and wonderful things to shape the future. So thank you so much.
That was absolutely beautiful. Now, if you put media and entertainment together, if there's no entertainment, it doesn't work, right? So thank you for bringing that element to this panel. I want to see if Dr. Pauline Long is here. Is she in the room? Has she arrived? How about Cyrielle Hariel? No? Okay, then I will invite our next speaker to come up and join us. Mr. Marcus Speaker, he is the South Asian head for ARD Television, Germany. Welcome, sir. Are you up for a challenge as well? I am. Okay, so then you'll have to just compete with her.
Later on. Before I came here, I was familiar with the WEF, but the one in Davos, the World Economic Forum. And I was a journalist in Europe, so I got to report on this big meeting in Davos with all the heads of states and all the big shots. And the big thing there is the Google party. It's very exclusive. It's around midnight. And there, at least a couple of years ago, you would meet Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, and Eric Schmidt of Google, and Jimmy Wales of Wikipedia, all these people. So there was a lot of power in the room and ego. But the one thing that was missing was joy. And that's why I'm glad that I'm here, because there's a lot of joy and a lot of mutual support and a lack of envy, which is very healthy. The other thing I was missing when I was reporting on this big event was a sense of surprise. Because ego-driven guys leading, this is not a new story. It's been going on like that for a couple of millenniums. So I was glad to come to Asia because here there's a lot of change. And a lot of change comes, of course, from women. So I ended up reporting like 80% of my stories are on women. A lot of times it's about courageous women stepping out, doing something different. A lot of times it's also about the hardship that creates. Like there's a lot of stories that would give you the blues, really. I mean, I'm meeting women who get, hunted as witches because they come up with some new medicine, or women who are victims of honor killings because they started a blog and the guys don't like it, or women who set themselves on fire because they're stuck in a very abusive relationship and they cannot get out. So they are very sad stories. And these stories not only come from India, but also from the neighboring countries. I'm also covering Bangladesh and Pakistan and Afghanistan. So I have just come back from a trip to Afghanistan, and again, I met a lot of very impressive, I must say, young ladies. One was Nilofar. Nilofar is a medicine student in Mazar in northern Afghanistan, and she also runs a little business, and she started a women's running club that meets every morning, which is very dangerous because in Afghanistan, women are not supposed to run freely, but to stay at home. And I reported on Zulala. Zulala is 16 years old, comes from Jalalabad, which is a very fundamentalist city. Taliban have a lot of influence there, and she applied for Afghan Star, which is like American Idol, big talent show, and she ended up second, which was very brave, but now she is in hiding. We tried to track her down, didn't find her. She's like hiding from the public. We just met her cousin, and the cousin said, if we meet her, we're gonna make her stop because a woman's place is either in the home or in the grave. And finally, I met some great female artists who are doing arts in Kabul, and I asked them, what do you need? What kind of support do you need? And they didn't ask for money. They said, the thing we need the most is recognition and affirmation. The world to see what we're doing and show that they care. And therefore, I'm thankful for this great conference because this is what you're all about, not competition, but supporting women who are trying to make a change in sometimes very difficult circumstances. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Marcus. We definitely need a lot of support from gentlemen like yourself that comes into a different country and promotes his talent and let them grow. So thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite Sangeeta Waldron. She's the founder of Serendipity PR and Media Contributing Editor, justmeans.com. Welcome, ma'am. She is from the UK. Like this?
I am so glad I'm not following Dr. Marissa or Carrie because I can't speak. I can't sing. But I want to start by saying what an honor it is to speak in one of my home countries. And I'd like to thank Dr. Harbeen and the Women's Economic Forum for making this opportunity so wonderful. I've been working in media now for the last 20 years. And in the last 10 years, we've been treading a digital revolution. It's really changed the way we lead our lives and the way we do business. We're now in the media age, and the future of media, I believe, is definitely female. It's given women a voice where previously they wouldn't have been heard. And it's also empowered us. Do you know in Africa now, there are more women entrepreneurs than there are in Africa, in the US and UK. Yeah, I mean, that's a really cool statistic. But more importantly, media is about communications. And women are very good, and I've seen here at this forum, are very good at creating conversations and having long-term relationships. So now, it's our opportunity to take these conversations and do something with them and to create meaningful change in the world today. And one of the lead speakers spoke here today about sustainability and climate change. And the world right now needs us to take those conversations to look after our planet. And it's not terrorism that we are going to be fighting against. It's going to be Mother Nature and what she's doing, because we've ravaged the planet in the last 100 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Sangeeta, for being with us. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and story with us as well. Now, I would like to see if Tanya Fitzpatrick is in the room with us. Oh, she's right there. Wonderful. I don't have that tick marked. She is the CEO of World Footprints Media from USA, from DC. Welcome, ma'am. Would you like this?
Thank you, everybody, for being here and being a blessing to me and to each other. For the last 10 years, my husband, Ian, and I have run the socially minded travel media company called World Footprints, which was founded on a mission to inspire meaningful travel and share our common humanity, because we do share a common humanity. We have worked very hard to dispel myths and partial truths and just falsehoods about what we see and hear in the media. And I have a truth to share with you. And this truth comes on the heels of our acknowledgement as lawyers. I'm also a lawyer and a former White House appointee, practicing in the civil rights area. But one truth that I want to share with you is that this world is a much safer place than we've been led to believe. And we go into destinations that have been targets of negative media coverage. Mostly the destinations that have hosted the Olympic Games. We have been covering the Olympic and Paralympic Games since 2010. And as you might remember from 2014, Sochi, when they hosted the Winter Games, they were tarred with the banner of terrorism. And that's the narrative we heard. Brazil was tarred with crime and Zika, when the Zika virus was actually, ground zero was actually far away from Rio. And so we do what we call in military terms ground truthing. We get on the ground, we find these stories, we dispute the headlines, we litigate the headlines, and that's what I would encourage you all to do. And that's one of the things that we can do to move the future forward through media. Another truth, thank you. Another truth is that humankind, human beings, our global community, people are so much kinder and they're so much more generous than some headlines may paint certain cultures. And if we don't change the narrative, and if we keep paying attention to these stories that do nothing but foster fear and hate and other emotions that keep us separate and divide us, we are threatening our sustainability. And that's not what we want to do, and that's why World Footprints does what we do what we do. We have won some wonderful awards that validate our presence in the socially travel media space. And I'm very, very grateful, and I'm very grateful to be able to share this platform with remarkable women who are like-minded people and with an audience that is also like-minded. And I want to end with a quote from one of my dearest guests, and someone I called a friend, the late Dr. Maya Angelou. I had the pleasure of interviewing Maya Angelou just a few months before she passed. And we formed a bond, and she had at that time agreed to come on our show regularly because we saw eye to eye. We saw the world as one. And this quote of hers is something that really embodies the global citizenship that we try to inspire. Perhaps travel cannot prevent bigotry, but by demonstrating that all people cry and laugh and eat and worry and die, it can introduce the idea that if we try and understand each other, we may even become friends. So thank you in advance for your friendship. Sukriya, sheshe, obrigado, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. How beautifully she says we have to create friendships. This is what this convention is all about. Let's build the friendship first. So thank you for being here with us. I would like to invite our last speaker of the evening, Miss Savita Raj Hermet. She is the producer with Tanda Films. Welcome, ma'am.
Good evening. I'm not ready with any prepared speech or anything. I am a film. I'll just tell you about my country and media and entertainment of industry of my country. That's where I belong to. I'm so glad that even the last minute I made it, and amazed to see that how everyone is trying to wear saris and actually trying to be in our dress, and I'm really touched with the gesture. And that is what is the power of media and entertainment. Thank you very much for accepting my country. And definitely with the digital space and all, now today we actually welcome world welcomes Priyanka Chopra, and we welcome just yesterday. So that's the globalization of entertainment and media happening. And India is not very far behind. Me being a film producer in this country was not, I am self-made producer. It's not that my family was in this business and how I got into this. I made a film called Khosla Ka Ghosla, which is a small budget film and was rated in Forbes magazine, the most profitable venture till today in Indian cinema. And I'm proud of that, and I won national award and many other international awards for my film. And the journey is not that difficult. I'm very proud of my country. It's not that difficult for a woman to come up if you want to. And the way the journey of media entertainment growing in this country, where Amazon and Netflix are also here to make money and make programming as per our taste, I'm very, very happy the world is accepting us as a big entertainment zone, and we are ready to even produce programs for world over. And yes, world has become one country and no woman can be left behind, and we have enough opportunities for all women to work in this industry. This industry has a very open mind and open arm. So we welcome any of you to connect with us in the industry and join hands and make it big and large as world as one family of culture and, changing thoughts process, making the world happy. And I can't dance and sing like them because I'm just, I'm the producer and they are the one who are going to dance. And I can make them dance better and make it as large as possible. We just have to be true to our content and stories. That's what I want to say. Thank you very much, and it's indeed a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you for opening wonderful doors for women in this room, in this conference that are attending it. I'm sure people that are working in the entertainment business wanting to know how to enter the market, People like herself are the perfect example to go and chat with. So thank you so much, Savita. With that, I will start our commencement for the awards. I would like to invite two very important people to come and join us to give the awards. First, I have Ms. Denise O'Brien. She is the CEO of Dome Entertainment. Wonderful. Denise, can I have you up there? She is from LA as well. Big round of applause. Cheryl Collins, she's the CEO of Women Entrepreneur Worldwide USA. And if Miss Dr. Harbeen Arora is in the room, I would love to have her here. Welcome. Thank you. That we will announce our first awardee, Mr. Sudhir Mishra, Advocate Supreme Court of India, iconic leaders creating a better world for all. A big round of applause for Mr. Sudhir Mishra. Let's hear from him. Let's get some claps in. Let's get some energy going. Next I have Dr. Marissa Pei, inspirational speaker and Asia, known as Asian Oprah. Thank you for being with us, Ms. Pei. Next I have Dr. Rafabia El-Habash. She's the president of All Endur Institute of Islamic Studies from Syria. Carrie Scott, Development Director, Rising Stars Outreach. Congratulations, Carrie. I would now like to call upon Sangeeta Walmon, founder of Serendipity PR and Media in the UK. Invite Ms. Tanya Fitzpatrick, CEO of World Footprint Media from USA, Washington, D.C. Next, I would like to invite Dr. Marcus Speaker, South Asian head of ARD Television in Germany. A big round of applause. I would like to invite Ms. Tabitha Raj to come up on stage and receive her award. Congratulations, Tabitha. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll get a group picture going on before our one group photo before you leave the stage. Just one big group photo.
October fever. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me stay for the record.
Great group.
We're giving
We're gonna break for half an hour. I'm back at 6 o'clock for our next session. Have an awesome evening.
We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it the way. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we just begun to get our share of this world's delight. I hope they have.
Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you in 20 minutes.
just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can they be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. Hey, I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we just begin.